people are about to act out for you the story of Antigone. That thin creature who you see sitting there staring straight ahead, seeing nothing, is Antigone. She is thinking. She is thinking that the moment that I finish telling you who's who and what's what in this play, that she will burst forth as the tense, willful, sallow girl whose family would never take her serious and who is about to rise up against Creon, her uncle, the king. Another thing that she is thinking is this. She is going to die. Antigone is young. She would much rather live than die, but there's no help for it. When your name is Antigone, there's only one part you can play, and she will have to play hers through the end. From the moment the curtain went up, she began to feel that inhuman voices were whirling her out of this world, sucking her away from her sister Ismene, whom you see smiling. From all of us who sit or stand here, not in the least upset ourselves, for we are not doomed to die tonight. Well, that's the lot. Now for the play. Oedipus, father of the two girls, Antigone and Ismene, also had two sons, Eteocles and Polynices. After Oedipus died, it was agreed that the two sons should take over his throne, each serving and reigning over Thebes in alternate years. But when Eteocles, the elder son, had reigned for a year and it was time for him to step down, he refused to yield the throne to his younger brother Polynices. There was civil war. Polynices brought up allies. There were 6 foreign princes, each defeated in front of one of the 7 gates of the city. The two brothers fought each other and killed each other in mortal combat outside of the city walls. Now Creon is king. Creon has issued a solemn edict that Eteocles, with whom he sided, is to be buried with pomp and honors, and Polynices is to be left to rot. Nobody is to mourn him. No gravestone to be set up in his memory. The vultures and the dogs are to bloat on his carcass. And above all, anyone who tries to give him religious burial is to be put to death.
Aren't you well? Of course I am. Just a little tired. I woke up too early. I couldn't sleep either. Ismene, you ought not to go without your beauties. Don't make fun of me. I'm not Ismene, truly. This particular morning, seeing how beautiful you are has made everything easier for me. Wasn't I a miserable little beast when we were small? I used to fling mud at you and put worms down your neck. I remember tying you to a tree and cutting off your hair. Beautiful hair. How easy it must be never to be unreasonable with all that smooth, silken hair set so beautifully round your head. Why do you insist upon talking about other things? I'm not talking about other things. Antigone, I've thought about it a lot. Have you? I thought about it all night long. Antigone, you're mad. Am I? We cannot do it. Why not? Creon will have us put to death. Of course he will. That's what he's here for. He will do what he has to do. We will do what we have to do. He is bound to put us to death, and we are bound to go out and marry our brother. That's the way it is. What do you think we can do to change it? I don't want to die. I'd prefer not to die myself. Listen to me, Antigone. I'm older than you are. I always think things through and you don't. You're impulsive. You get a notion in your head and you jump up and do the thing straight off. And if it's silly, well, so much the worse for you. Whereas I think things out. Sometimes it's better not to think too much. I don't agree with you. Oh, I know it's horrible. And I pity Polynices just as much as you do. But all the same, I sort of see what Uncle Creon means. I don't want to sort of see anything. He's the king. He has to set an example. But I am not the king. And I don't have to set people examples. Little Antigone gets a notion in her head, the nasty rat, the willful, wicked girl, and they put her in a corner all day or they lock her up in the cellar. And she deserves it. She shouldn't have disobeyed. There you go, frowning, glowering, wanting your own stubborn way in everything. Listen to me, Antigone. I'm right oftener than you are. I don't want to be right. At least you could try to understand. To understand? The first word I ever heard out of any of you was that word, understand. Why didn't I understand that I must not play with water? Cold, black, beautiful flowing water, because I'd spill it on the palace tiles. Or with earth, because earth dirties a little girl's frock. Why didn't I understand that nice kids don't eat out of every dish at once? or give everything in their pockets to beggars, or run in the wind so fast that they fall down, or ask for a drink when they're perspiring, or go swimming when it's either too early or too late, merely because they feel like going swimming. Understand. I don't want to understand. There'll be time enough to understand when I'm old. If I ever am old, but not now.
He is stronger than we are, Antigone. He's the king and the whole city is with him. Thousands and thousands of them swarming through the streets of Thebes.
I am not listening to you.
His mob will come running, howling as it runs. 1,000 arms will seize our arms. 1,000 breaths will breathe into our faces. Like one single pair of eyes, 1,000 eyes will stare at us. We'll be driven through a tumble of their hatred, through the smell of them and their cruel, roaring laughter. We'll be dragged to the scaffold for torture, surrounded by guards with their idiot faces all bloated, their animal hands clean washed for the sacrifice, their beefy eyes squinting as they stare at us. And we'll know that no shrieking and no begging will make them understand that we want to live. For they're like slaves who do as they've been told, without caring about right or wrong. And we shall suffer. We shall feel pain rising in us until it becomes so unbearable that we know it must stop. But it won't stop. It'll go on rising and rising like a screaming voice. I can't, Antigone.
How well have you thought it all out?
I thought about it all night long. Didn't you?
Oh, yes.
I'm an awful coward, Antigone.
So am I, but what has that got to do with it?
But Antigone, don't you want to go on living?
Go on living? Who was it that was always the first out of bed because she loved the touch of the cold morning air on her bare skin? Who was always the last to bed because nothing less than infinite weariness could wean her from the lingering night? Who wept when she was small because there were too many grasses in the field, too many creatures in the meadow for her to love and touch them all?
Darling little sister.
No, for heaven's sakes, don't paw me. And don't let us start sniveling. You say you thought it all out. The howling mob, the torture, the fear of death. They've made up your mind for you, is that it?
Yes.
All right, they're as good excuses as any.
But Antigone, be sensible. It's all very well for men to believe in ideas and die for them, but you are a girl.
Don't I know I'm a girl? Haven't I spent my life cursing the fact that I was a girl?
Antigone, you have everything in the world to make you happy. All you have to do is reach out for it. You're going to be married, you are young, you are beautiful.
I am not beautiful.
Yes, you are. Not in the way other girls are, but it's always you that the little boys turn to look back at when they pass us in the streets. And when you go by, the little girls stop talking. They stare and stare at you until we've turned a corner.
Little boys, little girls.
And what about Haman?
I shall see Haman this morning. I will take care of him. You always said I was mad and it didn't matter what I did. Go to bed now. The sun is coming up, and as you can see, there's nothing that I can do today. Our brother Polynices is as well guarded as if he were sitting on his throne. Go to bed now. You are pale with weariness.
What are you going to do?
I don't feel like going to bed. However, if you like, I'll stay in the house with you until you wake up. The nurse is getting you breakfast. The sun is just up. Look at you. You can barely keep your eyes open. Go.
And you'll let me talk to you about this again? You'll listen to reason? Promise?
I promise. I'll let you talk. I'll let all of you talk. Go to bed now.
Poor Ismene.
Ismene, dear sister, you would think that we had already suffered enough for the curse on Oedipus. I cannot imagine any grief that you and I have not gone through. And now have they told you of the new decree of our King Creon?
I have heard nothing. I know that 2 sisters lost 2 brothers, a double death in a single hour. And I know that the Argive army fled in the night, but beyond this, nothing.
I thought so. That's why I wanted you to come out here with me. There's something we must do.
Why do you speak so strangely?
Listen, Ismene. Creon buried our brother Eteocles with military honors, gave him a soldier's funeral. But Polynices, they fought as bravely and died as miserably. Creon has sworn that no one bury him, no one mourn for him, but that this body shall lie in the field, a sweet treasure for carrion birds to find as they search for food. That is what they say. Then our good Creon is coming here to say it publicly. And the penalty? Stoning to death in the public square. There it is. Now you can prove what you are. A true sister or a traitor to your family.
Antigone, you are mad. What could I possibly do?
You must decide whether you will help me or not.
I do not understand you. Help you in what?
Ismene, I'm going to bury him. Will you come?
Bury him. You've just said the new law forbids it.
He is my brother and he is your brother too.
But think of the danger. Think what Creon will do.
Creon is not enough to stand in my way.
Ah, sister. Oedipus died, everyone hating him for what his own search brought to light. And Jocasta died, his mother and wife at once. She twisted the cords that ended her own life. And our two brothers died, each by the other's sword, and we are left. But oh, Antigone, think how much more terrible than these our own deaths would be if we should go against Creon and do what he has forbidden. We are only women. We cannot fight with men, Antigone. The law is strong. We must give in to the law. In this thing and in worse, I beg the dead to forgive me, but I am helpless. I must yield to those in authority, and I think it is dangerous business to be always meddling.
If that is what you think, I should not want you, even if you ask to come. You've made your decision. You can be what you want to be, but I will bury him. And if I must die, I say that this crime is holy. I shall lie down with him in death and be as dear to him as he to me. It is the dead, not the living, who make the longest demands. We die forever. You may do what you want, since apparently the laws of the god mean nothing to you.
They mean a great deal to me, but I have no strength to break laws that were made for the public good.
But as for me, I will bury the brother I love.
Antigone, I am so afraid for you.
You need not be. You have yourself to consider, after all.
But no one must hear of this. You must tell no one. I will keep this a secret, I promise.
Oh, tell it! Tell everyone! Think of how they'll hate you when they find out that you knew all the time.
So fiery, you should be cold with fear.
Perhaps, but I'm only doing what I must.
But can you do it? I say that you cannot.
Very well. When my strength gives out, I shall do no more.
Impossible things should not be tried at all.
Go away, Ismene. I shall be hating you soon, and the dead will too. For your words are hateful. Leave me with my foolish plan. I am not afraid of the danger, and if I must die, at least it will not be the worst of deaths. A death without honor.
Go then if you feel that you must. You are unwise, but a loyal friend indeed to those who love you.
Now the long blade of the sun, lying level east to west, touches with glory thieves of the seven gates. Open, unlidded eye of golden day. O marching light across the eddy and rush of Dirce's stream, striking the white shields of the enemy, thrown headlong backward from the blaze of morning.
Polynices, their commander, roused them with windy phrases. He, the wild eagle, screaming insults above our land. His wings, their shields of snow, his crest, their marshaled helms.
Against our seven gates in a yawning ring, the famished spears came onward in the night. But before his jaws were sated with our blood, or pine fire took the garland of our towers, he was thrown back. And as he turned, great Thebes, no tender victim for his noisy power, rose like a dragon behind him, shouting war.
For God hates utterly the bray of bragging tongues, and when he beheld their smiling, their swagger of golden helms, the frown of his thunder blasted their first man from our walls.
We heard his shout of triumph high in the air turn to a scream. Far out in a flaming arc he fell with his windy torch, and the earth struck him. And others, storming in fury no less than his, found the shock of death in the dusty joy of battle.
7 captains at 7 gates yielded their clanging arms to the god that bends the battle line and breaks it. These two only, brothers in blood, face to face in matchless rage, mirroring each the other's death, clashed in long combat.
But now, in the beautiful morning of victory, let Thebes of the many chariots sing for joy. With hearts for dancing, we'll take leave of war. Our temple shall be sweet with hymns of praise, and the long night shall echo with our chorus.